what makes you unique? Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with this I don't care deck. Okay, what messages do you have, Holy Spirit? Let us know. What makes the collective unique? All right, we got to take care of yourself. All right, I feel like what makes you unique is that you're somebody that takes pride in taking care of yourself. You're not somebody that takes that lightly. Putting intention and how you feel on a day-to-day basis is something that you take very seriously. And I feel like you're conscious of how you feel because, without your candle being lit, you can't show up and enjoy your experience. So self-care is very significant. It's taking care of you. We got this too shall pass. All right. I feel like for some of you, you're also some people that enjoy learning. When I feel like you're faced with trials and tribulations or hardships in your life, you could be the encourager of yourself, of a very strong mindset of being able to deal with difficult situations that feel defeating, that feel like you can't overcome, that you can't come out of. But you have this deep inner knowing that this too shall pass. So there's nothing that I feel like is too big for you because you have this self-love, because you have this care for yourself. I feel like there's this energy that says, nothing is going to keep me down for long. So I feel like there's a level of wisdom that comes with you as well. You may have gone through your share and have learned a lot. We got sometimes I need help. And then face down, we have better alone than in bad company. You've had a lot of hidden enemies that you've come into awareness of. People that showed up in your life with the face of needing to help, or people that you have helped. And it doesn't change how you continue to show up, though. I feel like you may have moments of withdrawal, where you kind of want to go in your own shell, and stay to yourself. But I feel like there's a level of protection that's covering you. I feel like you're strongly watched over as well. There's a level of love I feel like that's around you, that walks with you, that gives you this energy of not allowing yourself to be defeated, if that makes sense. So you have like this archetype of being protected, but also being a protector. There's two aspects of you. I feel like there's this energy of like spirit don't play about you. And also I feel like there's the energy of you not playing about other people. The people that come into your life, they're going to have your protection as well. There's a level of standing up for people, standing up for situations that are wrong. And also a level of boundaries that come with you, I feel. That's kind of like, this is what I'm willing to tolerate and this is what I'm not. So do not push me. There's a strength about you is what I'm getting. We have just the present moment counts, which came out in the challenge position, face down. And for some of you, I feel like maybe you could have a challenge with reminiscing. This is giving me grandmother energy for some reason. For some of you, you can have a grandmother that watches over you or that you're really close to. And with just the present moment counts, for some of you, I feel like, you may disconnect from reality and connect with her often, spiritually, like there's a big spiritual connection there. And I feel like her distance, like even though she's present in the spirit, take this as it resonates, her distance from the physical, I feel like may be challenging for some of you. You may have a lot of downloads that come in and there's a need to recharge, because you're so sensitive to energy. Your home is in nature. That's where you recover. That's where you discover. And I feel like I feel with more connection, The last card we have coming out is I can only count on myself, which came out face down. And so I feel like that's something that you may try to suppress. There's a shadow of, feeling like you have to walk alone. You may feel like your path is lonely at times. Like people may not quite understand you, or you're misunderstood, or like, you're the black sheep. You could be like the black sheep of the family. You could be getting like scapegoat or something like that. You may have had to carry your fair share load where other people were unwilling. Like you have always been the one who was, type of thing. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, I don't understand yet I'm a genius. I don't care to be perfect. And relieve the pressure. I also feel like for some of you, there could be a level of perfectionism there. Like I said, I feel like you receive a lot of knowledge and downloads. You have a lot of wisdom that comes with you. And sometimes it's a lot to carry. You know, sometimes it's a lot of stress, or it could feel heavy. Feel like you could be in the process of releasing this type of mindset where you have to do everything right, or where you have to appease other people, or to keep everything together by yourself, or have this weight to carry. You know, for some of you, I feel like this was the energy that you may have been in before. And now what's awakening within you is you failed. So what? Don't turn back. All right? And with memories comfort us, this is giving me like, this is the childhood wound, you know, of perfectionism, of having to carry the weight of so much on your own, of having so much to offer, but having to figure it out by yourself or something of that sort. So I feel like there's a new energy that's awakening within you that's more carefree, you know, that's more at ease, that's more accepting, you know, of your gifts, your strength, and also when it's time for you to walk away, you know, whether this is spending more time for you in taking care of yourself, walking away from people, um, or walking away from experiences where you feel like you could have done better or could have given more, tried more, whatever the case may be, and knowing that it's all right, you know, that you put your best foot forward, that you gave enough.